Hey guys, Jared here, and today I'll be reviewing Director Krennic's Shuttle from LEGO Star Wars Rogue One. So let's get into it, starting with the minifigures. First off here we have Director Krennic. He has a kind of a pearl silver CE-14 blaster pistol piece. He also has like the kind of a cloth cape with no printing on the legs, have no alternative face. He does have back printing underneath the cape. I think it's a pretty good looking minifigure. However, my only problem is that since it's the newer cape and without a helmet, it looks kind of odd, like around the neck right here, just kind of how thick it is. I think like the older material probably would work better for the set, or at least this minifigure. Next up, we have Brody Rook, who has a dark gray suit with a brown vest on top of it. The character does wear goggles, and so like this printed on his face for it. However, he doesn't really wear them in the movie. They should have been on his hair. However, the Canadian Jar's hair ponytail piece also has his backpack build planted with a brown clip around his neck. Smaller blaster. He does have an alternative face since he doesn't really wear the goggles. This is kind of the one that LEGO shows him with a little bit more. So put that there so you can see kind of the unhindered face. He does have back printing, so let's take off the head with the backpack build, and just to show you what's hidden underneath. Come on, there we go. So yeah, it's just the vest that is continued on to the back. Next up we have K2SO, who has the Super Battle Droid legs in black, and basically the classic droid arms, B1 droids and arms. They have like a printing right here, this little nub right there on both sides of the Imperial symbol, which is kind of cool that they were actually able to print on a surface that small. This middle is just all one piece. The legs don't separate, they can go up and down kind of to sitting position. The arms can move back and forth, but not really anything. He does have a stud on the back, so you probably can give like some backpack to him, brick built backpack or something like that to him. And a little bit of coloring there, just kind of all the way around the head. This little nicks and stuff like that's all printed because it's supposed to be somewhat of a beat up droid. So, yeah. Oh, and one more thing. He's solid black. They should have done some other like gray color for him, in my opinion. But turned out pretty well, especially since he's the most popular character to actually come out of that movie. Next up, I think this character's name is pronounced Pow, and he has like one of the largest mouths I've ever seen printed on a LEGO minifigure head, unless it's the mouth itself. He has a larger blaster called the E5 Blaster Rifle by LEGO themselves, and his torso is basically a pretty much standardized rebel torso that I've come to know today. The head is kind of new for him, as well as it's kind of a new alien to appear, and he does have an alternative face, which is a little bit more creepy. You probably could use that outside the lines for some type of monster or something like that. He does have a backpack build, and this piece right here is not printed. It's actually a sticker. That's kind of a pain to put on when it's that small. You tend to adjust this, and of course, since the backpack build, we'll just take the backpack off because there is printing underneath, and there it is. So, yeah. Next up, you have the Death Trooper, which the set comes with two of them. However, I'm only going to go with one because they're both exactly the same. You have a little pauldron right here, but I push that back so you can see a little bit of the torso going around. He does also have back printing, so it's also show that it's kind of more closer to an actual stormtrooper. I guess he is somewhat. So it's a new helmet mold as well, with printing on it, and of course underneath you have the angry clone face. And he does have the smaller SE-14 blaster pistol. So is the other one, but this time it's in black, unlike Director Krennic's. And so yeah, the Death Trooper. So looking at the set itself, just starting kind of outside, probably the biggest feature is the fold-down wings, which give it quite a bit height, or not even get it in camera. So I'll leave it up, but here I wanted to give you a full view of just kind of how big the wings are. Give like the full wingspan of it, and you have Dr. Krennic down there for scale, and I had to prop it up on Duplo bricks. But yeah, this is just kind of the full thing, what it's supposed to be in flight mode. Now going back closer in, I was going to keep it folded up if we're going to enjoy the video. So it has the, basically these missiles where you basically press it downward compared to the brick and it launches. I shot the back wall there so I wouldn't lose it. But yeah, both sides have them, which you can see right there. And to get them back in, you just push it in like that, and it clicks, and there you go, it's back in. On the bottom of the ship, you have basically these landing skids that push forward, and they kind of go in, then push back, and they're both on the same axle, so they travel together. So I only have to touch one, not both. And for when the ship comes into landing, right down here, there's kind of a loading ramp. Let's see if that. So, yeah. Okay. And starting to work inside. To top it off, you have Director Krennic up here piloting it, and that just kind of lifts up like that. And you're able to pull him out pretty easily and put him back in. But however, to open the rest of it, you've got to pull the wings down, and then this comes off like that, and the same thing to the other side. And then the most awkward part is this front panel right here that just kind of goes up, and you have a little bit more room. And then this also folds down back here. So both sides are just kind of near each other, so I'll only have to show you one side. I got a few stickers here, but the inside, in my opinion, is kind of a mess. It's kind of, looking at it, you couldn't tell me that's the inside of a ship. Right here you have one of the Death Troopers sitting here. You have a little place right here for his blaster to be held. Same with on the other side. Director Krennic, since we're down here, is actually connected via studs right here. You can see right there. However, the Death Troopers, they're connected. Basically, there's a little pong right there goes between the legs, so they're not actually connected. Just that's kind of how they're squeezed in. And like I said, this front part's just a little awkward to get in there with. In the back here, you have basically 4 places you can put other tools and stuff. I put Krennic's blaster here, and I'll just start closing it up, as you can see. So the front there, this goes up there, and that's the only sticker on the outside. And we have these 2 bars, and they actually surprisingly hang on, even though with one connection. And both of these go up, and then that's down, and that's the back of the ship. So in total, I think that this is a really good set. I really enjoy it. I love how it kind of comes together in the end. Tell me your thoughts down below. What do you think of this set? What do you think of the design of the ship itself? And or would you have preferred it that Director Krennic stuck with the traditional Imperial Shuttle? Tell me down below. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and see y'all next time. Bye.